Hello, my dear students. Exams are coming. I know, the tension is there. But don't you worry, we are going to do a super quick, super simple revision of this beautiful chapter, The Making of a Scientist. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll feel so much more confident.
So, let me start by asking you a question. Think about what you love to do. Maybe you love playing video games, or you're brilliant at drawing, or you make those amazing Instagram reels. Now, what if I told you that simple hobby of yours could make you world famous? Sounds amazing, no? Well, that is exactly what happened to a young boy named Richard Ebright. He turned his hobby of collecting butterflies into a discovery that changed science.
So how on earth did he do it? Well, we are going to break down his incredible story into these 5 simple steps. By the time we're done, you'll have the whole chapter sorted out for your exam. So let's get started, shall we?
Right, so first up, let's meet young Richie. You see, he was an only child, and where he grew up, there weren't many friends to play cricket or football with. So what did he do? He started collecting things. He was a super curious kid right from the very beginning.
And listen, he wasn't just collecting for fun. Think about this number, 25. By the time he was in 2nd grade, just imagine, a Class 2 student. He had already collected all 25 species of butterflies found near his home. 25. Can you believe that? That's some next-level dedication, isn't it?
And just look at the variety here. It wasn't just 1 or 2 types. He had monarchs, viceroys, coppers, the whole shebang. It just shows you what a determined and curious mind he had, even as a small child. This boy was something special for sure.
But what happens next is so important. Every hero needs a guide. And for Richie, that guide was his mother. She played such an important role in his life, you won't believe it.
Now here's a little twist in the tale. After he collected all 25 species in his town, he kind of ran out of butterflies to collect. His amazing hobby could have just stopped right there and then. Finished.
But it didn't, because his mother, she saw that his interest was fading, so she got him a book that would change his life forever. It was called The Travels of Monarch X. And this book, my dear students, was the turning point that took him from just collecting things to the amazing world of real science.
Okay, bachcho, get ready. Pen and paper out. This is a very, very important question that comes up in exams all the time. So pay close attention to the next slide. I'm giving you the perfect answer.
Here it is, your perfect 4-point answer. Number 1. The book taught him how monarch butterflies fly all the way to Central America. Number 2. It invited readers to actually help a scientist, a Dr. Urquhart, with his research. How cool is that? Number 3. So he started tagging butterflies for the doctor. And number 4, and this is the most important point, Beta, it opened the world of real science to him, asking questions and finding answers. Got it? 4 simple points.
So, this new journey into science, it wasn't always about winning trophies. Actually, one of his most important lessons came from a failure. Let's see what happened. You see, in 7th grade, he went to a science fair with just a neat display of some frog tissues. And guess what? He lost. He felt so bad. But he looked around and realized that all the winners had done real experiments. So the next year, in 8th grade, he came back with a proper experiment. And this time, he won.
This brings us to another super important exam question. What was the big lesson he learned from losing that day? Just think about it for a moment.
And the answer is so simple and direct. He learned that science is not just about making a pretty chart or a neat display. It's about asking a question and doing a real experiment to find the answer. That's it. Winners do real experiments. Please remember this point.
So, his real experiment started. One of his projects was to find out why Viceroy butterflies try to copy monarchs. And the reason is so clever. Birds think monarchs taste yucky, so they don't eat them. So if a viceroy looks just like a monarch, the birds will leave it alone too. Smart, eh?
All right, now we come to the most exciting part of the story. In high school, Richard Ebright took on a puzzle that would lead to his biggest, most famous discovery. It was the mystery of the gold spots on a monarch pupa.
So look at this. A monarch pupa has 12 beautiful, shiny gold spots. Everyone thought, oh, they're just for decoration. But Ebright, he was curious. He asked a simple but brilliant question. What are these spots really for?
And this is a perfect example of how science works. First, he asked a question. Then he actually built a special device to find the answer. And his discovery was mind-blowing. The spots were not for decoration. They were producing a hormone, a chemical that was absolutely needed for the butterfly to grow up properly.
Just a quick revision for you. A hormone is basically a chemical messenger in the body. It's like a manager that tells all the cells what to do. So, finding a new hormone? That's a huge deal in science. But wait, the story gets even better. His work on this butterfly hormone, it gave him an idea that led to a whole new theory about how our cells read the blueprint of life, the DNA. Can you just imagine that journey? From a butterfly's tiny gold spots to understanding the secret of life itself? Wow, just wow. So what's the big lesson for all of us from this amazing story? What are the secret ingredients, the masala, that makes a great scientist? His teacher, Mr. Wire, said something so beautiful. He said, Richard didn't win just to get prizes or become famous. He won because he wanted to be the very best at what he did. He wanted to do the best job possible, for the right reasons. That's a quality we should all try to have, isn't it?
So here is the final recipe. To be a great scientist, or to be successful at anything really, you need these 4 things. Yes, you need a sharp mind. But even more important is a deep curiosity that always makes you ask why. You need the will to win, not for prizes, but for doing your best. And finally, you need a supportive parent or a teacher, like his mother, who encourages that curiosity.
And that brings me to my last question for you. Richard Ebright had his butterflies. What is your butterfly? What is that one thing you are super curious about? Find it, follow it with all your heart, and who knows, you could be the next great scientist. So, on that note, I wish you all the very best for your exams. Study well, stay curious, and you will do wonderfully. All the best.